The Spin-Off Podcast Network.
This is Kiwi is back for a brand new season with more inspiring kōrero from special guests including rugby player, father and role model TJ Perenara.
My family bring me joy. Rugby brings me joy too, but it's not the same joy as my family brings me.
And global dancer and choreographer Kirsten Dodgen.
For some reason, people think I'm very intimidating.
Listen to the new season of This is Kiwi, brought to you by the Spin-Off Podcast Network in collaboration with KiwiBank. Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
This episode is brought to you by Snapple. Want to know another Snapple fact? The first hot air balloon passengers were a sheep, a duck, and a rooster. Ridiculous. Check out Snapple.com to find ridiculously flavored Snapple near you.
Welcome along to The Real Pod. This is your home of processed cheese. Also, it is kind of
It
processed
is, actually.
cheese.
We
Like,
are
that's
cheese slice.
But reality TV's processed cheese. Whoa.
Whoa. What do you
Um,
think of the cheese? Oh, no, we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
The cheese baby thing. Anyway.
Oh yeah,
What?
I'm into it. I'm totally into
People
it.
cheesing their babies, throwing a piece of plastic cheese at their baby's face.
That's not a real thing.
It
It
filming
is. It's
it.
viral.
It's
It's so
viral.
great. It's hilarious.
Is that okay?
totally
well,
fine.
this is the thing.
It's fine.
I
I've
feel like a
got
baby could
babies.
drown.
It's fine.
A baby can't drown.
You don't leave it on. Anyway,
Oh, it started with cats. See, I wonder if I'd do it to my cats. I wouldn't even put a cucumber
Cats
next to
get
my
fried
cats
in.
because I know that it
welcome
scares them.
to The Real Pod. This is a podcast about reality TV and real life in New Zealand.
And throwing cheese at babies, apparently.
That's real life.
Don't remember you putting that on the briefing sheet.
Well,
There is no briefing sheet.
There is no briefing
We're going
sheet.
rogue.
We are so rogue this week. We've realised in the last few weeks we can still fill up about an hour worth of chatting, even if we don't have notes. So why make notes, you know?
We need to ease into our post-MAFS life as well.
Yeah, so we're easing in this week by recapping MAFS. It's kind of, there's just a lot of filler at the moment. So
I disagree.
okay, well,
I'm filled up.
we'll get there when we get there. But we also got a bit of real news this week, and we've got a bit of Max Key Corner. So we're just starting
We're
to
talking
ease.
about
Yeah, DeWitters. That's our real news, I think. Right.
Oh.
Anyway, well, because it hasn't started yet. I'll remind you, real news is like news about reality stars or reality shows that are coming up and so on. Reality check is simply
purely
recapping.
recap.
I don't
yeah?
actually understand what any of the segments are apart from
what's
Maxi
the
Corner.
kind of poo in the pool?
That's real news as
No,
well.
that's community notice board.
Well, it depends.
Oh my god, that was so loud and scary.
Delicious.
You haven't even had any yet.
Well, I'm just
You know
assuming.
what it tastes like. We're on the Red Bulls. So
Are we doing real news first?
Yeah, but hang on, let me do the sponsors and all that.
yeah.
Thank you, Nando's, for your delicious chicken that we're going to eat this afternoon, and for
so
just
excited.
being delicious at all the
And
restaurants.
not just chicken.
Yeah.
I won't even be eating it and I'll have a fucking mean time.
Great. So Nando's
God.
always epic, no matter what you order.
Burger
Oh my god, you just invented a slogan for it.
always epic.
What? I'm just going the extra mile. I'm looking for a job.
We need to mock that up. I
Yeah.
often ask cornies to mock up things that never eventuate, but this time I mean it.
One time, someone made that amazing cover photo for us for our page.
That's right.
That was it. Then that's the last thing anyone
I feel
ever
like
made.
Sarah Black.
Oh, Sarah's done some-
sometimes does some crack up mock up.
Yeah, hang on. Dancing with the Stars is coming up again soon. So if someone in the corner wants to whip us up a new graphic for that, that'd be great. Thanks very much.
I'm going to put aside some burger rings right now because I've just realised. Imagine putting that in cheesy bread.
Oh,
Shit.
That's my food fantasies just come full circle, and that's
Okay.
going to happen really soon.
wow.
Unbelievable.
I don't think it's going to be good.
We'll see.
Anyway, thanks, Nando's. We're looking forward to Alex's new cheesy bread burger rings taste sensation.
Social experiment.
Speaking of social, we're on Facebook, facebook.com/TheRealPodPod. Instagram, The Real Pod Pod. Our hashtag is The Real Pod. Our Facebook group is The Real Pod Corner.
You went from just firing on all cylinders,
Yeah.
coming up with slogans, doing segues, and you just suddenly just
I
stopped
blanked.
dead.
I blanked. My mind wandered completely elsewhere. I started thinking about Twilight because Alex and I, and Duncan, are going to do
Twilight.
we're going to do a
Put that in
Twilight
there.
pod as soon as we can figure out a time we can all do it. We're going to watch Twilight. We're going to recap it. And it's going to be a special kind of like
Oh my God, I'm so
pop-up
excited.
pod.
A very special episode.
Are we doing this just based on one person's request?
No, we talked about Twilight, about the amazing scene on a podcast
we
ages
did,
ago,
we
and then we
did.
were like, and then
Twilight
Demi messaged me and was like, "When's the Twilight pod happening?" And
I'll
so
do anything for you.
That now it's a movement, eh?
there's 4 people on board, us 3 and Demi. It's been a while since we've heard that, isn't it?
I love it.
We've been quite slack or distracted.
No, we've been recapping MAFS, which is like 17,000 hours a week.
Yeah, it's
We've
so
been
many.
busy.
We done a pivot, didn't we?
What?
We done a pivot. The pod done a pivot.
We've not done a pivot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit.
Sorry, it was your street talk that threw me.
Totally epic.
We'll dance with the stars. Should we just do that? 'Cause
Yeah.
I've literally got nothing
Oh
else.
my goodness.
Okay.
I don't have anything.
No, just
So
to
you
say,
just put it on
say some
your
names
computer.
and we'll give some thoughts.
You don't know the final 3, right?
No.
So we're going to hold this podcast until tomorrow morning.
Sure.
So this is a hot announcement. This
We
is
can't
probably
put it out
breaking news.
together because we can't put it out ahead of them because it's Wednesday and we haven't actually technically legally seen the dinner party.
Yeah.
Tell me,
yeah, of course.
tell me some names.
So it's, yeah, okay.
This will be really fucking.
Let's start with the
this will
ones
be
that
really-
everyone knows. Not Matilda, because she got pregnant.
Did she get replaced?
Well, yeah, I mean, she's been replaced, but
By-
She hasn't been replaced
I mean,
by...
I don't know if there's a direct replacement,
Yeah.
but
So they haven't, right?
they've got numbers they need to fill,
Right.
and they've filled the
But they
numbers.
haven't sort of gone, okay, here's
They
a
haven't
big
matched her.
time celebrity to replace the big time celebrity.
No
well,
way.
old mate from Sticky TV,
Walter
Neelands.
Molten Eland?
That's not a person. Like some of these.
It's also not a name. So
Yeah. I'm concerned. I want to register my concern level at medium hot
For Walter?
for just the whole thing.
yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
the thing is, I'm kind of think that perhaps our expectations will be a little lower because we don't really care about the stars. And then, no, nothing. I just thought I
And
was
then
No,
nothing.
trying to
there's-
find something.
Well, you're trying to imagine there's like a rock and Rog buried amongst the contestants that we just don't see
I'm just
coming.
Even a rock and Rog isn't
Maybe,
that
do
exciting
you know what?
to me.
Maybe because we don't care so much about the celebrities, it'll all be about the dancing. You know, go back to its roots.
It wasn't its roots.
Dancing with the dancing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dancing with the people.
Yeah,
Okay, so Walter, who else? Carolyn Taylor. So she's ex what now?
She's also like quite a big influencer now, right? She's
Ah.
she's got a fashion-y kind of Instagram. She's around. She's also ageless. I have
She is
high
so
hopes for her.
ageless. Well, here's the thing, though. I kind of feel like Shav last year was one of the best dancers, if not the best dancer of the whole season, but didn't get the votes, despite being a massive star on Shortland Street in a
True.
previous life and being like huge what now alum as well.
That's right. It is all about the public, isn't it? In the
It
end.
is. But the influencer thing's interesting because you have influence. If you're an
Get my
influencer.
phone. Move my stick.
Carolyn.
I think she's
Taylor.
got a bit, but I don't know if it's enough. And again, it's that thing of like, but Jess Quinn had so many followers as well, you know? There's not much crossover.
I don't think there is. I think people who are like really big Instagram users are really big not linear TV watchers.
And that's where my concern is for William Wairoa, who I think is like easily already the coolest, best dancer. He's famous for having dance moves and he's massive on some kind of Snapchat. But are the teens going to show up?
Well, yeah, I reckon they will. I reckon they'll show up for William Wairua.
Okay, she's only got 5,000 followers.
That's not.
That's not even We've got a bigger influencer just there.
I know. Hi there. I've got 8 and a something.
What?
Yeah.
Okay,
Do you
she
want my-
goes to events.
No.
Jane went to an
doesn't
event
count.
once,
I went to
like back in the day.
That's true.
I went
She
to
should be
very,
on Dancing
very
with the-
corny
You
Christmas.
should actually be on that show.
And the worst
Yeah.
bit is 2 of my really good friends produce it. So tell me what's going on
You
there.
actually,
And I keep
It
saying
would
to
be
them,
amazing.
you could.
I keep
you
saying to them,
plausibly
I keep
could be on the
saying
show.
to them
Yeah.
things like, can you audition me? Can I be on the show? And they're just not getting it.
They just think you're having a laugh.
I'm not though. But also, I can't dance, so I'd never do it.
But that's the
No,
kind of thing they look
no.
for.
I really
I saw
can't
you do
dance.
a dance.
Yeah, and I couldn't. It wasn't very good.
And I
was it?
liked it.
I know, but it wasn't very good. You liked it for the comedy value.
It was sweet.
Okay, anyway. She's definitely not an influencer at
Okay,
5K, sorry.
so I don't know who I wouldn't, apart from William Wairua, who I just sort of know exists. I don't literally know nothing of the other two, which is kind of scary. I feel like that's a
Walter
worry.
and Caro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know nothing of Caro?
Nope.
You know nothing.
Really?
Caro.
Oh.
No, I feel like
Jon
I've disappointed you.
Can I have some burger rings?
Yeah.
I don't know if you
Jude
can.
Dobson. That's a
But
biggie.
Jude Dobson is apparently bad.
Don't talk about it.
What do you mean?
She was rude to Alex.
Okay. She used to come in when I worked at the Lido Cinema in Epsom.
Jude
And
Kirk.
here's the thing is that I can't cite specifics, which is why I feel a little uncomfortable about it. But I remember getting just a real bad vibe.
No, you've got a specific.
Your Honour.
What
She
about
once
the float?
was quite shitty when we ran out of... oh, that's right. We ran out of flutes for the Lindauer.
Yeah, fair enough.
And she was a bit...
Well, I'm
Alex
sorry.
is wobbling her head. Just me reminding you that it's a podcast.
You know, she was a bit... what's the word?
Huffy.
Huffy.
Well, okay, to be fair, if you're going to be serving Linda, you've got to have flutes. It's just the rules if you're serving such
We
a
had
fancy
flutes,
drink.
but it was a busy session. And we were all, you know,
So what were
just
you gonna-
trying our best.
So what were you going to offer her? A tumbler?
Wine glass.
Oh,
And also, like, write a letter to the manager. Don't get mad at poor young Alex.
Don't be snotty at me, Jude. That is your real name. But who is Jude's audience?
Mum never listens
Who's
to this.
who's going? Oh my God, Jude Dobson.
me for
She's
a
not
start.
like
You love
beloved.
that.
She's like they're trying to make her a comp for Susie Cato, but she's not
No
like in the
way.
nation's heart.
I used to like Jude Dobson on she did Salad Century, didn't she? Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
See, that's
some
she was
old
Jude Kirk.
shit.
But I feel like anyone who's now doing the Family Health Diary.
Ding 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 ding.
What?
I don't want to say that.
Is that? Does she do like that?
Yeah.
And Goran Paladin.
Do you
does
have
it.
fungus in your toes?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
No, I don't. Whoa, big reveal from Alex.
What? Oh no, yeah, I was going, yeah, that context, but also, yeah.
Okay, this is absolutely just gone off the rails.
Garbage.
Disaster
Okay,
pod.
next,
It's
next,
chaos
next.
pod.
Mike McRoberts,
Love it.
love it. That's cool. He's big.
He's
Really big.
yeah, like his body.
Winner.
I am most excited so far about Manu Vatavai.
Yeah, that's actually a
That's
great
amazing.
one.
That's
he
so
is
cool.
so cool.
Who is that?
He's a warrior, ex-warrior. But like
He was
to the
nicknamed the
like,
Beast, kind of probably a tense nickname with a hindsight, but he was amazing. Like he might be the Warriors' greatest ever try scorer.
He's an iconic kind
Certainly
of a
top
character.
3. He's amazing. He's just a lovely man.
He's one of 3 warriors whose names I know.
Okay.
What are the other ones?
Sean Johnson.
And
The
Stacey
Kevin
Jones.
Locke. Kevin Locke.
Kevin
I've
Locke.
got Stacey Jones.
bloody hell!
I got a photo
That's
with
a
Kevin
deep
Locke.
cut. He was like barely like starting full.
He was really
fullback.
good for that little minute though.
He was.
He was looking very
He
promising.
really fell off.
Anyway,
Should we just do a whole podcast on Bad Warriors?
this got weird.
I was disappointed
I
when
don't
I
know
saw
real
the
estate
rugby
agent ones.
clue, because my huge guess, if I was casting this, is the Mad Butcher. And it's
Sorry.
crazy that he's not on this
Ooh.
show. I mean, I know that he is maybe a bit racist. It's probably not good.
Definitely not good. Has Hillsbaz been on before? Should be amazing.
Wrong network.
Also, I was like, Kanoa?
No, I know she's wrong network now, but she wasn't wrong network before.
Connell's got another show coming this year.
Oh, yeah.
If you're wondering what that weird mic thing is that's going on there, is Duncan is eating off mic and then whipping the mic close to his mouth for contributions.
It's pretty poor.
Okay.
I won't do that anymore.
Who else is in there? Some guy from the rugby.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Who dat?
Is there a rugby guy? Glenn Osborne.
Glenn Osborne?
Is he a rugby?
Yeah.
Who's he?
But man, I think he played for like North Harbour. I mean, that's this one is not famous.
Is he not in All Black?
I think maybe he was like a brief, not particularly like.
Give me Richie or
All
Dan.
Black.
I mean,
Yeah.
Those are too big, but I feel like there's an in between Glenn Osborne and Richie and Dan. Like Doug Howlett would be a great get.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He likes dancing on cars.
What about that guy Jeff? What's his name?
Wilson.
Yeah.
He still plays basketball.
So too busy for Dancing with the Stars. Then
Yeah.
he's playing basketball once a week at the Y.
Not at the Y, at the North Shore Event Centre, the NSEC.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
Who else?
Nadia Lim.
Nadia.
Oh.
She's
Nadia Lim's star power.
Yeah, that's a get.
Yeah.
That's a major get.
But I don't know. I watched. They did these like promos. They've got Jess Quinn as like the social media insider now on the show, and they're filming all these little promo videos. And they did one with Nadia Lim. They'd get them to play Dance Dance Revolution. Nadia Lim was real like flat. Just as talent.
I mean, no, I've always sort of felt that way about Nadia.
She's like,
Great cook.
oh, hell yeah.
Great. Hell of a cook.
Just because.
Puts ingredients in a box like no one else.
And gets them out and cooks with them like no one else.
Well,
I'm back on the food bag.
really?
Is it okay to talk about that?
Yeah.
There's no conflict with Nando's.
Nando's only expect you to eat them 3 or 4 nights a week. The rest are yours to
I have
do
to,
with what
yeah.
you will.
And after a while, you start to see your tricks. And I don't like that. You see
Yeah.
behind the curtain. If you get the veggie one especially,
Yeah.
crack an egg on it. That's her number one
I
thing.
know.
Get
Which-
this, crack an egg
It
on
is
it.
good. That is good.
It is good, but I just...
Yeah.
Maybe that's spilling over into my concerns about her dancing.
Okay.
I do think she has this kind of... Her image is so like broad in its appeal that it doesn't seem like it's for anyone. Like she doesn't have any kind of naughty or silly vibe. Like she's very just earnestly amazing at everything she does, and that's But you know that to be fair, the show is good at kind of pulling back the curtain and getting you. Because you kind of look at them in their real lives and out of their comfort zone and all that dorky stuff, and that's where some of the fun is.
We surely haven't named everyone yet, have we?
No way.
No. Clinton Randall.
I don't know who that is. Is that like another
From
of these
the
Edge
Edge,
people?
yeah.
Man, have you seen those Edge promo shots? With like,
yeah,
they're just heinous.
Randall.
aerobic
Is
scare
that
in that.
everyone? That's
And then
everyone.
then there's 3 more.
Oh, okay, yeah. And who
Oh,
are they?
who are they?
Laura Daniel.
Oh,
Yeah.
like it.
Okay,
Kind of
yeah.
into it. Also, she's a good dancer.
Hell of a dancer.
And she's a performer,
Yeah.
which also kind of like illegal, but it's fine.
Well,
Yeah.
she's going to be good on the B-roll and all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll crack jokes. She's a necessary addition.
Who else?
I don't know. I actually don't know. You're telling
I
me.
sent you the bloody Dropbox.
Oh, did
What?
you? Oh, we didn't look at it because he said that he didn't
And I've
look at it.
forgotten the other 2. One of them I didn't know.
Okay, that's not promising.
a skier, a young woman skier.
Oh, really?
Young?
Always have to stick
She
it
looked
in.
young.
Is she the one who won that bronze medal at the Winter
Maybe.
Olympics?
Maybe.
She's fucking cool.
Why-
She was actually really good talent in the interview,
Why
so
do
she
they,
might work.
Why do they have to put in
Jane.
female?
Why do I have to put a female?
I was going to say.
Too many.
I'm so confused. I meant to say sports people. I didn't mean female sports. This is so bad.
Jane.
That's Jane revealed, eh? Kick her
'cause
out
you
of On the Rag
said-
24/7, I reckon.
It was an accident.
Okay,
It
let me
was
go
slip
to
of the
my
tongue.
sent emails to you guys.
I can request access.
Also,
but-
I've got like 35 minutes.
This is a terrible-
We've
This is
got
a
to
really
smash
bad
into
pod.
MAFS at 10 o'clock,
This is the worst
11 o'clock.
podcast we've ever
My
done.
phone's upside down.
Oh my god, I can't even access it now.
Okay.
Keep talking. I
You didn't
need to.
send
I
it
need
to
to
me.
remember who the other. two are.
This is
really bothering
rubbish.
me.
Lady skier.
Lady, fuck.
This is such.
I'm into her. I'm into her.
It was a terrible time for me to have a chip.
I'll just keep
Alex
going.
isn't in the room.
And you've only given me lady skier. She's like a freestyle skier. I think she does like that half pipe thing. I'm pretty sure. She was like
Good on
sick.
her.
I think she might be like 16 or
Oh
something.
my god, I can't believe.
Probably needs like a chaperone.
Kaylee.
Okay, that was too loud.
I'm so sorry, but my God.
I can't hear anymore. Can you feel me?
Extremely.
That's
So
pretty
that's
cool.
kind of full on.
Yeah.
That's a huge gap.
Yeah.
So, but who-
And Anna
what's-
Wilcox.
Anna Wilcox.
is the skier. I don't know if it's. I'm assuming.
I'm assuming
How
it
many-
is. There's only one.
I love that there's a female sports person in there.
Yeah, you're obsessed with it. But yeah, Kaylee's pretty cool.
That's cool because she's great on the radio, and she was like a mega star. I feel like she's a perfect classic Dancing with the Stars get.
Yeah. So
Okay, cool. All right.
we'll be recapping it.
I'll be in LA. Still gonna be recapping somehow.
I mean,
We'll
it
figure it out.
starts.
It starts before I go.
Yeah, but it'll only have like a couple of episodes.
How are you going to watch it?
Oh,
we'll
I've
figure it
already
out.
figured it out. I've already figured
Okay,
it
good,
out.
thank God.
Yeah, I'm flying home to watch each week.
Oh, easy.
Okay. I've got my ways. It's all right. Oh, God, I've not got my button ready, though. Ready?
Yeah.
Smell it.
I am disgusted at how much you copied my husband.
Whoa.
Can't believe I left it that long to open
This
a
is a
Red Bull.
party pod.
Okay.
What kind do you want?
Cam and Jules.
Egg?
Cam,
I got a couple of eggs.
Cam and Jules this week. The final date they had was we have to start with the commitment ceremony. Of course, it was the big dramatic commitment ceremony where
Bloody hell.
all was revealed about
Oh, shit. That's right.
Dan
Tina?
and Jess. So
Mick.
Another egg. I'm sorry.
When Mick stormed off and like threw into the sort of hinterlands of the production set,
Yes.
it was like we were looking into we were in the guts, like in the soul of the show. Like there's all this ornate production and this kind of veneer of the experts, and then just this guy would just walk straight off into the scaffold, and you're like, this is like we're really getting how thin MAFS
Totally.
is. It was such an amazing moment.
I never for a moment believed that venue was staged in any way, apart from like,
Neither.
you know, obviously they've dressed it with the couches and so on, but I didn't imagine false walls.
Yeah. I was just like, it's just the loft.
It's the
It's
loft.
a loft space. Because in New Zealand, it was a loft.
Oh, yeah.
and it was not a set. But it was amazing. Also, Mick's cry.
Oh, that got
I
me.
felt sick. Man. It was awful.
Sick for Mick, for sure.
But also, Jess is she is not an empath.
No.
That girl was really seriously effing some shiz up and some people, and she did it, but she didn't even feel like she's just smirking the whole time.
Yeah.
Doesn't even like she's like, I feel bad hurting people. No, you don't.
Even Dan going, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
His whispered sorry, as if she like, but that was such a classic example of the apology that is intended to like staunch your own wounds. Like, what he was saying was, please tell me that it's okay.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
That's why he's whispering it.
Yeah.
He just wants her to put her hand on his leg and say, look, it's fine. It's not, you know?
Yeah.
And
It's
it's like,
just amazing.
he's-
And
And
the
to
way
be-
that he hurried through it, like, I'm sorry, as she started saying it, like he had not had a chance.
Yeah, but also like, don't say anything. I'm sorry. If I can stop you from saying whatever you're going to say, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But it didn't work. But can I say, I feel like much less, I don't know, it's much less bad what happened between Tamara and Dan, even though it's still bad, than Nick and Jess, just because of the length of time Nick and Jess were together. Mick and Jess, just because of the length of time that they were together.
Yeah.
And she really, really
she imprisoned him on the show.
imprisoned him on the show
Yeah.
for weeks.
And that was amazing, just shooting way ahead to the dinner party where the sort of slip of the tongue comes out. And like, she's never been made to reckon with the fact, like with that, and it's just brutal. Like it still shocks me that you could be filmed the whole time and then be like, I'm going to brazenly lie and see how this works out.
I mean, it's good to know that you can,
Well, you can,
to a point.
but can you?
Now she was. Oh, I forgot what I was going to say. Let someone else say something.
I can't do anything else interesting. It was all about
No,
them.
it was all about them.
I wanted Tamara to be more mad.
Yeah.
And I feel, because she came over, she was on the project, and she was just like, I'm happy, I'm living my best
I
life.
don't think she cared about him. So
But isn't it like humiliating?
Yeah.
Wouldn't he be so angry?
yeah, and I think that was why the amount of mad that she was because of that aspect of it. She actually said, I don't care that you're with her or that you guys are together. I just don't like the fact that you lied, which is fair enough. But I think it was way worse for Mick, because he actually did have feelings for Jess at one point, and she humiliated him in front of a whole group of what were now his close friends. Whereas Tamara, I mean, I've forgotten her already.
Yeah.
breaks
Also,
it
I think
out.
she was very much in that I'm being filmed and the best thing for me to do in the situation is just to keep it together.
No, she shouldn't have. I would have.
Well, we wanted it for the TV, but you sort of understand why, like, having, like, footage of Mick crying, extremely justified, but that will probably be a thing that he sees for the rest of his life, you know, and whatever his relationship to the footage in the moment is, like, that's just kind of, you can understand why someone would want to, being as exposed as you are on the show, kind of contain when you're just thrust into this bizarre moment, which very genuinely neither of them seemed to see coming.
Yeah, that's what was weird to me as well. I was like, how do you... I mean, kind of power to them for keeping it a secret in a world where everyone's talking about everything. Remember early on, Ning was like, I saw them in the sauna about Sam and Innes and stuff.
But they were
all popping off.
they're brazenly lying. Like it
Yeah.
shows you the power of just looking someone dead in the eye and lying to them.
We should do it.
Maybe
We
we
should
should
all
start
do
lying.
it more
Yeah.
often. I mean, it makes for more interesting TV. Maybe we'll make for more interesting life.
That's true.
Guys, I'm not going to LA.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Thanks,
It's good,
Sam.
I'm sticking around.
Podcast is saved.
Yay.
No, I'll never be sad again.
I can't wait for the dinner party. Okay, so what else happened? Ning said that she was going to leave because she's
that's right.
basically because she's scared of falling in love or something. Or it was kind of a nice way of saying she was going to leave. She wanted to leave because she was crying and she was sad about it and she felt that Mark deserved better. And then he was like, he kind of swooped in. I think she wrote leave wanting him to write stay and fight for the relationship.
I think she does leave as a sort of protection mechanism, knowing that it's unlikely that, it basically gives her the ability to kind of be rescued or kind of have a wall up but also stay in it. But I think Mark obviously got super irritated by it and resisted some very strong overtures up the tree. There was no
Oh, it was so good.
F-U-C-K-I-N-G up there.
Whoa.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Blue pod.
Anyway, so that was the commitment ceremony. Let's move on. Cam and Jules, first date is to the place where they got married. He fakes a proposal, which was super stink.
Oh, yeah.
That was shithouse.
He didn't do that on purpose, though, right?
Yeah, no, he did.
Really?
Yeah, he totally did.
I thought he just got in too far and realised he kind of overshot it a bit.
Nah.
And he has a bracelet.
I think he even mentioned it, that it was fake.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, he got his bracelet from Secrets, who obviously are the sponsors of, like the jewellery sponsors. So I didn't know. Have you heard of this place?
Never.
I think there's one in Sylvia Park. Or there used to be. Anyway, their whole thing is that it looks like diamonds, but it's not diamonds. That's why it's
I was like,
Secrets.
So how much does that set you back?
I don't know.
If it was diamonds, it would have been
$50.
crazy.
Oh, if it was diamonds, it would have been a hell of a lot of money. But I don't know about, does that mean all the rings are not? Are they fakies as well?
So is it the whole thing? It's like it's just cubic zirconia,
Secrets.
or is it like those lab diamonds?
I don't know.
But we've
Why
never-
don't you know?
We haven't seen
I know more than you
Secrets
do.
on screen before this, have we?
He went to buy them. He went to
Secrets.
buy the bracelet from there. Anyway. Anyway.
That was too much. All the final dates were way too much.
What do you
Those
mean?
two people with the guitar singing.
I
so
loved it. Do you know what it
awkward.
reminded me of? It was like The Bachelor. It's like the awkward Bachelor
Yeah.
date.
Yeah.
The boat, on the boat.
Tikitane playing
Yeah.
at the barn.
Fuck, that was-
Totally.
But it's just so uncomfortable. I guess Jules and Cam are very much that fairy tale.
Oh, they so are.
You know whose fairy tale is bloody Michael? Like he looks incredible sometimes. Like he
Yeah,
looks like
he
he's
does.
like
It's
at
like
the dinner
Disney
party.
Prince.
Yeah, he looked like he was from The Princess Bride. Like he was going to start playing a lute or something.
The new hairstyle
Yeah,
with the
with the little
little
wispy
bits.
bits.
Wispy bits,
Holy
yeah.
fuck.
Yeah, he's turning,
And
he's
that's
turning
that-
some looks to be sure.
That funny little collar, what that was.
He's come out best of
A
all
lot
of
of
this.
velvet, yeah.
In
Yeah.
terms of star power.
And also, he protected Martha. Like, all the other lads are just like, the girls are going for it, and it's just kind of tense and horrible, and they're just sort of, Dan's going, oh. Apart from when he has this giant tantrum. I'm so far ahead. I'm sorry.
You're
I'm sorry.
so,
I'm
so,
sorry.
so far
Cut me
ahead.
out. Cut me out. Just
But-
delete me from the pod.
Cancelled. Okay. Mike and Heidi.
Oh my
This
god.
is a lot. Should we save them? Should we go through some other boring
No,
ones?
let's do it. Like,
Okay.
we would like,
Dive in. Okay, so they first of all they start off with that partner swap with Jess for
that's right.
that partner swap date, and they kind of hashed their shit out, and he says he wanted to humiliate her, which is so nice.
so
Take you
Margaret.
down a peg.
What a lovely character he is.
My responsibility.
yeah, totally.
Like,
Judge
so
Mikey.
Yeah, yeah.
Jess is obviously, I mean, she's a creature, but he is. He's kind of like the wrong person to be putting her in her place because he's so unlikable as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like if it was Jules or Cam sitting down and talking to Jess and kind of like trying to get her to see the ramifications of her actions, that would be different. It'd be
Yeah.
boring. But Mike is just, I don't know, he makes you feel sorry for Jess.
Yeah.
Oh, extremely.
He's still my most
Oh,
loathed.
he's the worst.
Despite all the things that have happened.
Massively.
He's up there, right?
Massively.
Yeah, because he's so manipulative about the way he works. He's so manipulative. It's insane.
Can I play you a shocking... Oh, no, I guess we'll talk about more. But
Okay.
I've been talking... I don't know if we talked about it on the pod, if I was talking to it with Joe, but we're wondering, like, we see Mike for who he is. The experts don't seem to. Does the broader audience? Like, is he coming across as badly as we actually think? Or is he, like, so kind of in this weird grey zone?
I think that he probably, to the bulk of the audience, and probably particularly to men,
Yeah.
is coming across as a good guy. I think that... I mean,
No, not a pure good guy.
Not a pure good guy, but like
Guy's dealing with a...
he's dealing with a difficult
totally
lady,
female.
and and I think when the experts come along and they kind of also take that view with him, that's all the validation he needs and the audience needs to say, oh yeah, he's an all right bloke. I think that we're probably just more attuned.
I have some compelling evidence from media personality Brodie Kane on her Instagram.
Whoa.
I'm not starting a media stoush here. This is just me trying to find how other people are responding. Oh, wait.
What?
shit.
Always stick up for a wahine when a wahine needs to be stuck up for. But Heidi on MAFS, oh, would she stop moaning about everything? So, like, he takes her on a boat. She's like, no, it's because he loves boats. Then he wants to climb up there and he wants her to go up there. Oh, he just wants to make it all about himself. Fuck, I'll go on the boat. Jeez.
Okay.
I'm kind
wow.
of like, first of all, I'm really surprised at Brodie Kane.
Her delivery.
I feel like I haven't. Last time I saw her, she was reading sports on the news. What has happened?
Oh,
Secondly,
she's pretty. She unleashes on her Insta stories a lot. But I was just like taken aback. It's just a completely different reading.
okay, one, she's told Mike that she hates boats and hates heights, right? And his thing is not like, it's not like, hey, I know you don't like boats, but I thought we'd put you out of your comfort zone if you're prepared to. I've booked this boat, let's go.
It's like Hayden and Belle all over again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Except for that, he fully made her go through with it, and then she's just hurt because it's that classic. The thing with Hayden and Belle is their relationship didn't get anywhere near as far as Mike and Heidi's. By this point, he should at least be kind of aware that one of her triggers is not being considered, her feelings and her thoughts not being taken into consideration, and then he based their whole final date around that.
And he's up there basically like, what's wrong with you? You suck. Like oh, look
Yeah.
at me. I'm this giant cool man. She's down there like literally trying to shrink herself.
She was wearing those
And also not
nausea
Sea legs.
Yeah, the whole thing. But I didn't even think she was like moaning. She was just there and she was like, I'm not doing that.
But also,
I don't
I
like
think
doing
she
this.
was hurt. I think she was hurt by the fact that he booked a boat date, knowing that she hates boats, and that's probably just set the tone for the whole date. She probably doesn't feel like taking a part in all his great crazy adventures after that.
Yeah.
It just sort of sums him up that he wherever he sees weakness in someone else, where he happens to consider himself, not actually have a streak there, but just consider himself strong there, then he will just sort of flex and pose and lord it over them and try and make them feel like they're, whatever their sort of particular kind of hang up in that area is the worst possible thing in the world and the source of all their problems. And that was just it in a kind of very visual sense.
Do you know what? He's a troll. He trolls Heidi. He does. He he finds points to make her kind of lose the plot, and then she gets upset. And you've got to remember, these are not isolated incidents. This has been going on
their
and on
entire
and on
relationship.
through the whole relationship. And then he's, so she's there saying, look, I don't know if this is going to work. We've got to make this big decision. And he starts going, what can I do? What can I do? I want to make this work. Anyway, they go to bed on it. She wakes up the next morning and is feeling bad because she's worried she's going to lose him. She regrets everything she said the night before. And he's suddenly like, oh, it might be too late now.
Well, and also, so she apologises for that night and for a particular strand of her behaviour.
He should be apologising.
And he takes that as you have just owned every flaw in our relationship.
And
You've
I have
said,
had very
"This is
little.
mine."
He literally said I've had very little.
Oh, it was so infuriating.
little-
That section, and then how he used that, weaponized it against her at the dinner party.
And patronised her, being like, I'm so proud of you
Yeah.
for finally seeing the light.
Here's how the conversation went. I just wanted to talk to you about yesterday. This is what she's saying to him. It was our final date. It was important. I woke up this morning. I feel so much regret. I really regret last night. I was terrified. I was scared. But what's scarier is not being with you. You're amazing. Wow. And I'm not going to keep going, oh, you have to change this, you have to change that. I'm just going to love you as you are, and that's enough for me. I want you in my life. And the thought of not having you in my life, are you going to be kind to me, though? That's what he says to her. He interrupts her.
Oh my God.
Of course, she says. So you acknowledge you haven't been, he says. And then she tries to explain that she's been doing a bit of self-sabotaging. And then he's like, oh boy, I started thinking it was me there for a while. I'm just glad you've come to this realisation. It's just huge. I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you for realising that I'm
I'm proud of
perfect
you.
and you are the flawed one.
It's pretty late in the game to be doing this. I mean, it could have been something really special, something exciting without any of the stuff that's been happening between us. So he's basically blaming her, saying if you hadn't been doing all this shit that you're now admitting to, then we could have been special. But we're not, and it's your fault.
He's like a monster.
It actually is.
He is a monster.
And that's why when Jess sniggered while he was trying to make a sort of a big romantic speech, or I just loved it.
Do you remember early
Yes,
on
Jess.
in the season when he was talking about Jess' fake lips and stuff, and way back when?
That's so fake.
So fake. Do you remember? I think we chatted about the idea that I thought perhaps those two were going to hook up.
There was a vibe
Yeah.
there that one time when he was encouraging her to have sex with Mick,
yeah.
where it felt like he was doing that so he could going to have the sort of sexy combo.
So apparently there are rumours doing the rounds that there was something between them. She's denied it, obviously, but it would explain why suddenly their relationship got so toxic so quick between Jess and Mike. And also when she said at the dinner party, I've got stuff on you, you don't want me to be telling. Do you remember
She's
that?
got stuff on
That's
everyone.
right.
I love it.
Yeah. And the fact that we know she tried it on with Nick as well. So, I mean, looked like she was
Really all over the place.
pretty indiscriminate. I don't know.
And didn't she? I think that she at some point talked about how attractive he was. Maybe in the very early, when they're kind of going around and trying.
Maybe.
Maybe I've
And that-
invented that. We have watched 150.
So
But maybe
So
that's why
many
she's
hours.
sniggering. Like, she just thinks he's full of shit.
Yeah.
And then she called him a pig. She was like, you're a pig.
Yeah.
yeah.
And it just seems so.
And I'm certain that what she said at dinner about that he
That's
said that he
true.
wasn't, I'm certain that was true. And he knew it. And even his denials were sort of deflections rather than out and out.
So that would have happened on their mix and match date.
no,
Or
no,
early-
earlier
she
that
said it was early in
evening,
the
I think, in the
evening.
cocktail party.
Yeah. They must have had some sort of.
He's such a shit.
He is such a shithead.
Yeah. I think we're all agreed that Mike's the worst and that Brody Kane has serious judgment issues.
With
for
all
liking,
that said, it was quite funny when there was that big soaring shot of him in the crow's nest of the boat.
So good.
Like Captain Jack Sparrow with just his wife crushed beneath him.
That was an iconic shot.
It's the story that's happening between Heidi and Mike and what's happened with people like Brody Kane who take on that point of view is that classic crazy ex-girlfriend thing. It's like you literally made her crazy. Like you made her behave the way she did and all you did. He keeps such a kind of calm tone the whole way that he's saying these awful things
Yeah.
that he comes across as the guy who's keeping chill while she's getting hysterical.
It's
It's just
gaslighting.
talking
It's-
philosophy.
Tale as old as time. Okay, Mark and Ning.
A tree house of horrors.
Final date in a treehouse in the Blue Mountains where they have a super bubbly bubble bath but no sex.
Yeah.
That was a hell of a bubbly bubble bath, by the way.
It was quite bubbly.
frothy.
It's
Jess
just
and Dan.
tense. What about, hold on, one more thing. The next morning of Mark and Ning,
Yeah.
nothing happened. And it just cut to him going, you want ham and cheese in that?
I was like, yes, please. That's a delicious breakfast.
It is.
I do a variation on that for Mother's Day every year.
Really?
Yep.
Is this
What's
in
your
a-
variation? Just cheese?
No, I cook bacon in a frying pan.
Oh, good. Congratulations.
And it's delicious. I use camembert, but I think
Wow.
the croissant with
things in.
Yeah, it's a hell of, croissant with cheese, cooked, delicious.
so
I was
good.
like, well done, Mark, Who says you're not?
No, it didn't give me sex, but gave
know
her
what
a
you-
ham and cheese croissant. And I tell you which one I'd rather have.
Which is it?
Definitely the croissant. Okay, Jess and Dan. Jess has married herself off to Dan. She loves him. She tells him that at dinner during the honesty box.
Fuck, that was so hard.
Oh God, I love the experts going when that happened. That
Yeah.
was amazing.
Yeah.
It's like they're trying to dive through the TV to stop it.
I reckon that they played it up to be more than it is. I reckon they're both as into each other. Nah, I reckon they are.
Well, they were.
Dan,
She,
though.
Yeah, I know. I just think that it's all a big charade, though, because charade,
charade,
facade. That's what she.
facade.
Facade. Tomato. Anyway, I just think that they've kind of, because he did come back and say, "Oh yeah, I think I love you too," and then she was like, "Think?" Or it's like, "Yeah, no, I love you," and I was just like,
Oh, yeah.
It was a long pause.
it was a long pause, but it was
Long
a tele pause.
No.
Was it a tele pause?
It was,
Dan's a
maybe
big
Dan's
pauser.
just a slow man.
Here's what I think. I don't think Jess loves him, and I don't think he loves her, but I think she thinks she loves him, and I think he thinks he's feeling some things that are like love.
I think she definitely thinks she loves him, and he thinks that to execute his Ponsky scheme, he needs to ride this train as far as it goes.
Yeah.
And if that means lying about his feelings. Dan's eruption after the big melee was pretty good, though. We finally found his limit.
What was that?
Oh, that's right, because he saw a side of her. I forgot about that.
Yeah, because he
And that made
basically
him
he's
be
out
like,
now.
Oh, I completely
He's
forgot
had
about
enough
that.
day sex. He's finished with it.
That's what
It's
I was
making love, actually.
That was
They
what
said
I-
multiple times.
Making Love Actually is a great name for a movie.
Behind the scenes of your
dirty
favourite
one.
Christmas film.
Oh god. Okay, so interesting. I completely forgot about that. But that whole idea of him seeing a side of her that he didn't like was what I thought will be happening with Michael and Martha when Michael watches back the television and sees what Martha's been like behind the scenes. But then at the dinner party, he defends Martha. Now I understand that it wasn't probably very nice what Jules said about women and girls, but Martha's relentless defence of Jess.
Yeah.
But you got to do that with your mates.
Not the way she does, though.
I don't know.
Because I think
She was quite aggressive with it.
she also has, like you hear her kind of almost talking badly about Jess, going up, in the cocktail hour. But I mean, they're talking about, she shouldn't. The way that it played out at the commitment ceremony, But then I don't know. I just think Martha's really two-faced. She's got
I
that
think
face
Michael's
mask.
too good for her.
Yeah, of course he is.
Well, yeah, he's too good for this world.
He did too many things on their final date, though, I thought.
Oh, he did so many things. Okay, this
shell.
was a
movie
bachelor
theatre.
style date.
Yeah.
The movie theatre showing him. Oh yeah, movie theatre showing her all the messages from her loved ones, and then they went out for dinner. He had the seashell with their names engraved in it. Gave her the earrings. Earrings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Secrets. And then
We found the new voice of Secrets.
and then they had a little fight.
Yeah, what was that about?
I don't
again?
understand
No,
what
the
their
long
fights are
distance
about.
thing.
Yeah, it wasn't really a fight.
And she doesn't know if he likes just going to the local restaurant too much, and she likes going to like the fancy restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like it's a real problem, the fact
Yeah.
that she's going to have to pick the restaurants in the movies.
So yeah, they're fine. They're fine. That's just fake drama, fake news, mate. At the dinner party, Martha calls Ning and Jules and Heidi self-righteous.
Which I think is probably like that woman and girls thing that she's setting up. I think the line was amazing. She delivered it like it was a movie line, but then when she got into explaining it, it sort of lost a lot of its power.
Yeah. I do like it when Jules has clearly had a few wines.
Yeah.
And she just starts getting involved. Normally
Yeah.
she's like real cool about it. She's done it a couple of times at the last dinner parties. I'm kind of into it. But yeah, it's righteous.
But the thing is, if those self-righteous old ladies didn't pull Jess up on some of the
Age.
stuff, all we'd have is
31,
is
37
Mike,
and 38.
all we'd have is Mike pulling her up, and that doesn't help.
Yeah.
So it's quite good, I think, to have Ning sort of saying, hey, what about this? And Jules going, oh, hang on, that maths doesn't work. You've been together for 3 weeks. And they were annoyed by that because they care about Mick. I don't know. Mick's their mate.
Yeah.
So anyway.
But imagine that woman-girls line. You could imagine Mike saying something like that, right? And it just being the most like thing in the whole world.
Yeah. But
but it was cool.
It
so,
was,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Jules gets a pass.
Jules totally gets past.
And she's had to sit through some shit, you know?
Yeah.
I just think Martha could have come off this whole season like a sparkling good person if she hadn't gotten so embroiled in everyone else's shit. Like, she's got a good relationship.
But also, I actually like when I think Martha could have a career out the back of this. Like she could be a good host of Talking Married, for example, because she seems to sort of understand the game. She has this clarity about her perspective. You might not necessarily agree with it, but I think she sort of stays with that perspective the whole way through. And I like that. Like, it would be quite shit for Jess if she was just completely isolated and had the four other women just going at her. I'm fine with Martha.
Okay.
Actually,
She's just having fun.
Look, no, imagine though and this is if I was in that dinner table, this is what I would have said with the power of hindsight and seeing everything that I've seen. Imagine if that was you, Martha. Imagine if that had happened to you and your husband had been sneaking around behind your back and making you stick around for 3 weeks. How would you feel about it? That Martha would not cope if that had happened to her. Obviously, we can't imagine it because Michael's devoted. But if it was the exact same situation, like a partner that she was kind of into but not that into, but then they were sneaking around, it went off weeks and weeks and weeks. The kind of person that Martha is, her whole family would come down to that dinner table. And rip that person to
Should imagine
shreds.
if it had happened to
That's true.
Cyrell.
Oh
I'm
my
terrible.
God. Everyone would be dead.
Martha was just like, this is the way that they chose to do it. So what if they snuck around for 3 weeks? That was just their way of finding. We're all here to find love. That's just the way they chose to do it.
Yeah. She's
That
a
was
bit
her
detached.
reasoning.
She's also like, when she was trying to justify it earlier to Mick, she was like one step away from saying, this is a TV show. This is what happens. Like when she's like, we're in a social experiment. You know what you sign up for.
yeah.
And she was really close to just, I feel like she's got this weird kind of detachment, which probably is like kind of what you're saying, where she understands that they're characters, but like in the moment in a way that the rest of them don't.
I get
kind
that
of.
was a bad Martha moment. Like that was a bad time to have that conversation because he
bad.
was
It was an appropriate timing, but I think the fundamental assumption, like there is a coherent worldview that she stays with the whole time, and I appreciate it because everyone else is kind of basically caught up in this sort of faux drama of the experiment, and she's like, look, you go into this a certain kind of person and you get just spat out of it, and you've got to kind of get what you can. And I think that's a very valid perspective. Might not necessarily be mine, but I think the fact that she just holds it, that I kind of appreciate. I think it's sort of necessary within the show.
Okay. We've talked about Jess giggling at Mike and Heidi. That's it, really. That's it. So where have we washed up? We've washed up. Mike and Heidi are in a bit of trouble. Dan and Jess could be in trouble. Jules and Cam are
Dan and
totally
Jess are
fine.
done. I'm sure.
You
of it.
reckon?
Yeah, Dan's going
Nah.
to ditch her at the altar, 100%.
I reckon
I would
that-
bet my life on it. I mean, you've already seen spoilers.
No, I haven't. I don't know what happens to them.
I don't know what happens to them either, but I feel like they've dramatised that more than it probably is. I reckon he can get over it.
Yeah.
She'll just say,
You might as well.
babe.
Give him more of a chance.
Mark and Ning.
Yeah, done.
I really want them to work out, but it doesn't.
I'm just sort of bored with them and Heidi and Mike. Like,
Heidi
at this
and
point,
Mike.
that just the cyclical nature of it and the fact that it never seems to advance or resolve
Okay, so Cam and Jules are definitely going to stay together.
forever.
Michael and Martha are going to stay together for a bit.
6 months.
Jess and Dan, you say no, I say yes.
I say yes.
Mark and Ning, sadly no. Is that everyone? Oh, Mike and Heidi. I think they might stay together out of the experiment, but they will not stay together for long.
Mike's just going to say yes just to spite Jess and then continue to like torture Heidi, and it's going to be horrible.
I can
He should be in prison.
imagine. I can imagine as well that Mike really will enjoy the fame that comes out of all of this. So I think that's that's a good reason to stay with her, because as long as you're still with someone, then the media interest is still there and the public interest is still there.
I think all the guys apart from Michael are in it for having a lovely time in the Instagram DMs out the back of it.
Even Mark.
Yeah, especially Mark.
Mark
Murderous
was
Mark.
Cleo Bachelor of the Year nominee.
Yeah.
Yeah, in
He's
like
got form.
1945.
I love that ex-army. It's like, what? Did you just walk past a recruiting place? I don't know if I buy ex-army. Like, why not just say a personal trainer? I mean, it sounds really tough, but like, you haven't done 3 tours of duty. You're a freaking Cleo Bachelor of the Year.
Did it say that? And is that his profile?
It's this constant thing. Is ex-army.
Weird.
Yeah.
It's just real funny.
He
I'm ex-army.
doesn't talk about the war much, does he?
Just goes down the RSA.
All right, are we done then with that?
Yeah.
Okay, so what have we got? We've got a whole week left of, what do they got left to do?
So I think there's 2 episodes of Final Vows.
Yeah.
And then we have a week off, and then there's the reunion.
Oh, we have a week off.
Unless New Zealand is going to cram it all.
I reckon New Zealand might just bang it
Into
out
1 week?
over 4.
Because dancing.
Dancing starts the following weekend.
Oh, yeah, okay. Maybe we.
So I think we're going to make a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, which would be
I love that. The reunion looks amazing.
Is it just 1 episode?
It's 2.
And it's everyone back?
Everyone.
Great.
Have you've seen the promo?
Oh, you need to
No.
watch the promo in the Real Pod Corner. It's
Okay,
astounding.
I will. But for now...
Like and subscribe. Max Key Corner. I know. I'll never forget you. Subscribe, like and subscribe.
Good to be back.
But
is
also
it,
sad to be gone.
but sad to be gone.
Bittersweet.
Yeah. See you, Max. Max has taken off overseas.
The adventure of a lifetime.
He's backpacking.
Goodbye, my dog.
Yeah.
What the fuck's happening to
See
the
you,
Pomsky?
Pomsky.
It's
Brona?
just-
John?
I guess so. The ex-girlfriend that he got it with, Renee.
I'll find out.
So Max is taking his abs overseas in a backpack.
Yep.
He's backpacking. He's flying business class.
Is he? Who
Yeah.
said that?
Yeah, he had a photo of him sitting in business class.
That's just not very backpacker.
A lot of people have
Nah.
said that. A lot of people have said
He's
that.
just going to go and sit on an inflatable and all the different seas and then come
He's in
home.
San Francisco. That's where he started life. I don't think it's really goodbye to Max. It's just he's overseas.
Yeah, it's
We're
just
going to
Max
get
on
more.
tour.
Yeah, we're going to get some, interesting Max content. But I'm worried about what it means for Celebrity Treasure Island.
Well, I think he's not on it.
In which case, I'd
Unless it's
embarrass
already
myself.
been shot. It's already been shot.
Your whole
I
family?
don't think so.
Today's the day, finally the day. I've officially quit my job. Believe it or not, I actually had one the whole time.
I don't believe it.
Don't believe it. Packed my bags, tidied my room, for you, Mum, and am set for the adventure of a lifetime. I'm excited, nervous, and ready to take on the world. Now, last time he went on his big OA, he went for 4 weeks. Remember he had
Yeah,
that.
went to,
He
like,
And he
made,
created
Continental
great
Europe.
art.
he made a music video, and he spoke about how much he learned about himself when he went to Ibiza or wherever it was.
Demise of social
The
media.
demise of social media.
Max,
wait.
there, so
He's going to get a full album out of this.
He's going to get a lot, and I, for one, can't wait to see it. So this is not...
prediction. He's going to come home like singer-songwriter with
Oh
a
my
guitar.
God.
He's going to do an acoustic album.
Is he going to grow his hair?
Yeah, and his beard, like a wispy sort of surfer-songwriter beard.
And he's never going to wear a top. He's just going to. I mean, he's halfway there, but he's going to change out his ripped jeans for
Body
like
hair? Bit of body hair, you reckon?
boardies. Bit of body hair,
Bodies. Or like those
like
baggy...
you
of
know,
pants.
like
Denim
Donovan Frankenreiter
shorts,
style.
Yeah. Donovan,
Oh, yeah,
Donovan
fedora.
Frankenfurter.
Chuck that on.
Oh,
Can we get this mocked up like what we just described?
but New Zealanders
Max.
love that.
They love
We
that.
love
We
that.
do.
We'll get him. He can support Jack Johnson. It'll be so
He can
good.
tour the surf spots, play the Cora Glen Tavern.
If that's how he wants, if he wants to be famous, that's the way to do it.
So soulful now.
He's got like a little. I'm just looking at all his get up. Okay, his travelling get up. So he's got a black New York Yankees cap on, all black. He's got black. Everything's black. I'll just say that. He's got a Toei Kathmandu backpack thing. Then he's got
What are you
a
doing with your
smaller
hands?
backpack on his back. He's wearing a black hoodie. He's got an Adidas over the shoulder
Little pouch.
little man pouch type situation going on there.
Man
I guess for his
pouch.
passport and his phone. Ripped jeans. Some black shoes, black kind of not full socks.
This new section of the pod is
is
fucking
great.
amazing.
Do you like it?
What's he
love
wearing?
it.
It's got they're not like sockettes, but they're not the
ankle socks,
They're ankle
yeah.
socks. The ankle socks. Like you can see a little bit of
Yeah,
sock out
yeah.
the
John
top.
That's what I wear.
John Key's ankle socks are longer than your usual.
Yeah, but they're similar sort of a style.
I gotta go.
I don't even know.
I do.
I don't know if Brona's wearing
It's been
socks.
lovely.
Is Cairo wearing
this is
socks?
where
Cairo's
the
nowhere in
sock
sight.
report.
But he's got his white,
Continue.
his Beats by Dre headphones for his backpacking journey.
Popper, yeah. Pop
yeah.
contrast.
Look at that
Bye,
landscaping.
Duncan.
See you, Dunk.
It's been real.
Anyway, so I guess that's the end of our podcast. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you, Tina. Thanks, Nando's. And we do apologise for it being such a
everything.
mess. I think probably I should write down some notes next time.
We'll see.
Okay.
Let us know in the corner.
Send
With
in
a
your
poll.
selfies. All right, bye.
Bye.
Kia ora, this is Toby Manhire, here to urge you to tune in to Gone by Lunchtime, a podcast with me, Annabelle Lee Mather and Ben Thomas, tackling the world of New Zealand politics, from policy to polling, from scandal to psychodrama. Listen to Gone by Lunchtime, brought to you by the Spin-Off Podcast Network, wherever good pods are sold.
Kia ora e te iwi, Te Aihe Butler here, podcast manager at The Spin-Off. If you enjoy listening to our podcasts, consider supporting our mahi by signing up to become a Spin-Off member at thespinoff.co.nz/donate. The Spin-Off Podcast Network.